Andy Reid speaking. He was asked about how Mahomes dealt with the frustration of the playing seasons. And, hey, this is a good question. That's an interesting question to ask Andy because clearly, Mahomes has had his moments, including in that Buffalo game where I was absolutely thinking he was going nuts on the refs and at the podium with the media because he couldn't do it in the direction of his teammates. So here's Andy Reid on that subject.
Listen, Pat's a perfectionist, and he's competitive. As competitive as any of us right here. I mean, it's and more so. He wants it right around him, but he's willing to teach, that's the unique part. So he's willing to share what he sees with the guys from his sight and help the guys get into position. As long as they're willing to work, he's all in. The frustration is more off of feeling urgency and winning games. I mean, that's what he's all about. We're playing at the highest level in the world, and if you're going to be as good as we think we're going to be, then the error margin is like this big. So you've got to tighten it down.
The thing that blew my mind this week that got pointed out quite a bit that I'm sure Bills fans don't want to hear is that the Chiefs made the trade with the Bills to move up to take Mahomes. And when they took Mahomes, it was like, okay, Reid thinks that the kid is more of a Favre-like gunslinger and, because we all thought he was taking Watson since he had, McNabb, who had a similar game to Watson's, right? At least that was the thought. They moved up and Philadelphia was like, okay, here goes Deshaun Watson. Nope, it's the kid from Texas Tech. Okay. And what he has grown into is my kids' generation's version of Tom Brady. We're going to see him for another 10 years, 15 years if they're lucky. I don't know. So you want to play deep into his 40s? I don't know. We'll find that out. Who'll be his coach? Who's going to be his second Kelsey? Because he's definitely going to be playing football past Kelsey's playing date. How are they going to keep regenerating themselves? And that's the question involving Mahomes. And what we just heard right there is a part of Mahomes that people don't talk about. We kind of talked about it with the quarterback series from Netflix when we saw him, cursing at Max Crosby, right? Like from the sideline, still angry. Like he's got the red ass in him and he's working blue, right? And so he was frustrated because the guys around him were not pulling their weight. It's that simple. And I'm sure it got particularly frustrating for him when it looked like they couldn't get out of it. If I'm not mistaken, how many healthy scratches in a row is it? And I'm sorry to keep saying this because everyone keeps laying it at his feet. I don't mean to say that either. Or putting it in his hands. All right, I should stop. But honestly, he has been the personification of their offensive woes of being buttoned up on all the details, like Reid says Mahomes wants everyone to be because he's a perfectionist. How many healthy scratches have been in a row for him?
He hasn't played since New England, which was December 17th.
Yeah, and that was the moment where the ball went off of his hands, up in the air, off his back. And I think he got hurt in that game. And then after that, it's just like, okay, we're done. I'd be surprised if we see him again this year. But knowing Reid, who the hell knows? He's handing the ball to Mecole Hardman inside the 5-yard line. So we heard before Lamar being asked about going against Mahomes, and he's like, I'm not competing against him, and talked about how great he is. Mahomes was asked the same question of Lamar today.
He's going to be the MVP for a reason. I mean, he goes out there, he leads his team, he scores, he runs, he throws, he does whatever it takes to win, and that's what the greats do. And I think the biggest thing that you like to see in other quarterbacks is how they improve every single year. And obviously, everybody talked about his running, but you can see how he's developed as a passer, throwing from within the pocket, arm angles, making the accurate throw in big situations and big moments. And that's what the great quarterbacks do. And he continues to get better and better every single year. And so I knew we were going to play in a lot of games like this as our careers went on, and I'm sure this will be the first of many.
Love it. Can't wait. Can't wait. Because with Mahomes, right, we've seen him against Brady. Mm-hmm. Only guy to beat him twice in a postseason. The only other time he's lost in a postseason is to Burrow. He's gotten Allen every time. This will be his first attempt at a postseason win for him against Lamar. And that's the thing about Brady, because, you know, Brady kept collecting equals in the mind's eye of many people who are coming at the king. And many of them missed. Eli got him twice, right?
Yeah.
So Brady is, well, Eli to Brady is what Brady is to Mahomes. Beating him twice. 2-0. And then with Brady, you could kind of count the quarterbacks and know them by name who beat him in a playoff game, right? And there were few and far between. I mean, but sometimes he would get got.
Yeah.
Just like one year he got at home by Burrow. And one time he got got by Brady when he was a young pup. And that's the thing, too, what you just heard from Mahomes when he said the thing you like to see in quarterbacks is how they get better every year. I don't know. Mahomes seems to be the same level of awesomeness for several years in a row. And the only thing that changes is our perception of him because of him continuously getting to the AFC Championship game year after year after year. And at the time, it was just like, okay, can he do it? Brady beat him. Then he did it for a Super Bowl. And then he didn't do it against Burrow. And then he did it, you know, but lost in a Super Bowl. And then he did it. I'm not going maybe in sequential order. I'm just saying that there's been different ways of him getting to a Super Bowl and then losing it, getting to a Super Bowl and winning it, not getting to a Super Bowl twice, once due to Brady, once due to Burrow. Now he's gotten it again after winning a Super Bowl, and he's collecting people. He collected Hurts last year, right? He's collected Allen multiple times. He's even collected Burrow after being collected by Burrow.
Yeah, but you could say, even though they didn't win, Hurts outplayed them last year.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, when it all comes down to it, he beat Hurts in a Super Bowl. And now he's going for Lamar after getting Allen again. He's gotten Tua now.
Oh, yeah.
He's collecting them, just like Brady did. And so we're just viewing him differently because he gets to now he could equal Brady in terms of the rarity. What, Elway did it? And Bradshaw did it. Bart Starr did it, winning 2 in a row. Might be leaving someone else out. You know, Brady was the last to do it. Years 1 and 2 of NFL Network, first 2 Super Bowls, 38 and 39. It's the last team to repeat. And if Mahomes does it now there'll just be another era of invincibility as he just, like, well, how's he improving? Mm-hmm. Right? And now this would be the year in which we didn't think he would do it because the pieces around him were less than or not good enough. That they were writing the defense. And that's what's at stake here. I know we're going to have a lot of legacy talk, certainly over the next couple of days, right?
Yeah.
And what it would mean, since there's 3 other guys in these playoffs who have not won a ring yet. And we always focus on those guys and not the guy who's already multiple rings into his career, just 6 years in as a starter. And we say, well, what does the legacy mean for you? You've already legacied out right now. You're already in the Hall of Fame. If you retire now, you're in. And so what's your legacy? His legacy is to keep beating you.